Hey guys, welcome back. Funky Like Feathers here. Thanks for joining me today for the insanity. Today I'm going to be telling you what books I am planning on reading for the month of June. Do you have a plan for summer? Are you challenging yourself on trying to read more books? Let me know what your book challenges are down in the box below. I want to hear from you guys. Okay, so let's take a look at this stack. It's just sitting on the table. It's kind of big. It's kind of a large stack. So this is all the stuff I'm gonna be reading, hopefully in the month of June. However, okay, so there is one caveat. Ready? There's a book that did not get included for last month's wrap-up video. If you watched May's wrap-up video, I actually read one more book that did not get included in the video, and that book was called How Lucky. This book was from Book of the Month. It was interesting, I have to say. It was kind of funny, it was interesting, it was mysterious. There was an ending that I was not expecting. It got very intense towards the end of it. Trigger warnings for this one. There is physical violence that was unexpected. So that does end up coming into play into the story. But it was a lot of fun. This was definitely a very cool pick. I'm glad that I picked it. Nice, easy, laid back conversational tone in it. I think I gave it a 4 out of 5 stars. All right, so books that I will be reading in the month of June for 2021. Here we go. The one on top, I'm just gonna start at the top of the stack. The first one here is And Then There Were None by Agatha Christie. Now, I did read this last month. However, I will be reading it again for a class, and I'm actually really excited. I did some annotating on this book the first time around. However, I'm really looking forward to diving into it even farther. This has actually been a very cool book. If you have not read this yet, I seriously think that you should. 5 out of 5 for this one. All right, so the next set of books is actually children's books. These are The Last Firehawks. These are books 6, 7, 8, and 9. I'll be reading these this month as well. So these stack up pretty quickly. I teach classes 1 per week for this series, so it's actually a lot of fun. It follows Blaze and Tag and Skyla as they're trying to get power against Vulture named Thorn, who is trying to take over Perodia, their land. Thorn is kind of like Scar from Lion King, and these guys are trying to fight against him in order to save their land. So that's kind of the gist of that series. If you have kids between the ages of 5 and 10, this is a very fun series. This is a Branches series from Scholastic. So there's large pictures on the pages and the font is nice and large. So it's actually a very quick read. They do have about 90 pages per book, so they add up fast, but it is a very fun series. The next one is actually the book that I chose for this month's Patreon book club. If you're not a member yet, you can get signed up with the link down in the description box below. It's only $5 a month, and we meet over Zoom on the last Sunday of the month at 10 a.m. Central Standard Time to talk about the book that we read. And that book for this month is Throne of Glass by Sarah J. Maas. This is an entire series of books. She is an assassin, and she is supposed to be battling 23 other assassins and thieves and killers and stuff like that in order to earn her freedom from a labor camp. This has, had a very interesting start so far. I am, let's see, on page 60 so far, so I've got a little bit into the book. It's not bad, I have to say, especially for the first in a series. We're having a lot of build-up so far, kind of getting lay of the land of what's supposed to happen. But it's interesting to see how the character is coming along, and I can't wait to get farther into this. All right, another series that I will be diving more into this month is the Dragon Masters series. Obviously, I love these. They're so much fun. I will be reading books 4 through 7 this next month for June. So, and again, I've already read this series, but it is so much fun, and there is so many just cool aspects of it that I have no issue reading them again. All right, next up we have the dating plan. So I got this obviously from Book of the Month. It's not too large. It is very laid back, conversational in tone. It is a contemporary romance, and pretty much there are 2 people, the girl and the guy. The guy like stood her up for prom, so she's never really been a fan of this guy for a very long time. And then they end up pretending to be an item just to kind of get past her family constantly pushing people on her, and how that relationship develops over the time of them lying about it. We all know how this is kind of gonna go, but I'm excited to see how it plays out in this one because it is starting out pretty well. So I'm excited to see how this one goes. All right, so the next book that I will be reading is called The Girl Who Drank the Moon. This is a Newbery winner, so I'm really excited about this one. This book is supposed to be about how a village kind of sacrifices, not fully sacrifices, but like donates a child to a witch in the forest every single year, and that witch actually takes the kid and transports them to a village on another side of the river every single year. And then one year while she's transporting the child, they actually get exposed to moonbeams instead of sunbeams, and the child becomes magical. So this is how the witch actually raises this child as her own, and the different magic that comes out as the child increases in age. So this should be pretty interesting. Like I said, it is a Newbery winner, so I'm kind of looking forward to how this situation is handled. And there is kind of a little dragon on the cover. Aww, so definitely looking forward to the magic system in this one. All right, the next one is actually a nonfiction book, and that is Weapons of Mass Instruction. This author, I also read his other book called Dumbing Us Down, and these books are incredible. If you have ever considered how the education system works and all of that kind of stuff, these are great books to get into. They're not long. Dumbing Us Down was also very short. However, it is packed with information. This is a collection of his lectures over time, and the man worked as a public school teacher for decades, and so this is just kind of what he's pulled from that system. It's incredible. I have so many things underlined in here, it's not even funny. Okay, last book, you guys. I'm not even sure I'm gonna finish this month, but I'm gonna try, by golly. Court of Silver Flames by Sarah J. Maas. This is one honkin' book, all right? This thing is a beast, but it is the last of the series for A Court of Thorns and Roses. So I'm really wanting to get into this. It's just really intimidating. It's like 759 pages. Is it not possible for her to get a well-rounded number? Let's see. Yeah, like 751, sorry. 751 pages. You know, for those of us who are kind of like super duper picky and persnickety about this kind of thing, could we not get an even number for page numbers? It's always like 59, 61. Could we just get like either one less page or one more page? It's so goofy. That's just me going off on a tangent. So I am looking forward to getting into this one. It is from a different point of view than the rest of the series, so I'm interested to see how it goes. The audiobook for this, I thought about getting the audiobook. However, the narrator changed after the first two books. The first two books in the series had one narrator, then the narrator was changed, and I just can't latch on to the story nearly as well. So I've been trying to read them in physical format. I'm really intimidated by this one because it's just so stinking big. We'll see though, we'll see how that goes. That is my list of books that I'm going to be trying to read for June of this month. Let's see the grand total, ready? So the grand total that I should read this next month is 14 books. Last month I read 15. We'll see if I can sneak some more in there, but so far this is where I'm at. How many books are you guys planning to read this next month? Let me know down in the comments. I would love to hear from y'all, and I will see you again on the next video. Bye, you guys.